Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 18 of our SkyFactory 2.5 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall, last episode we built our portal to the deep dark, went down there and took a look, and also made our builder's wand, and we covered how to automate your loot bags and all kinds of stuff in that episode. Now since then I've been quite busy mainly setting things up. Over here we've got a couple liquid crafters, one doing the water stone, one doing lava stone, so that we'll always have some of that on hand. And then I've also set up this to generate moss stone for us. It's just a fluid transposer that's being fed cobblestone and water to make the moss stone. And then I set up a few of these glacial precipitators to make ice, snow, and snowballs. So over here in our cobble gen, we're up to 7 quintuple. Like I said, these do start taking quite a while, to get up to the 6, 7, 8, yeah, levels of compressed. So over or downstairs, I've got another ender tank set up, and it's just filling up with water. And the way I've got this going is I've just set up a bunch of reservoirs that are just constantly feeding it. That way, things that require lava and water, we can just throw down our tesseracts and feed it, the lava and water that way, instead of having to set up reservoirs and all that everywhere. Plus, I kind of want this area to have tanks for all sorts of liquids. Not all of them, but, all the major ones. Just because I think it looks good, so. Let's see, over here, I've also started demolishing some stuff that, we didn't really need anymore. Eventually, this whole platform is going to be gone, and where this is at, it's actually going to be our housing area. And then right over here, you'll notice that I've expanded this out. We're now getting gelid cryothium, molten alumite, the witchery fluid spirit liquid, glue, and bronze. So we've also got a couple other cows over here, Zephyrian Arothium and Vishroom soup. So I don't know if we'll rotate those in or not, but yeah. And then over here, I've started actually building out our magic area, mainly our Thaumcraft building. I haven't done any of the, it's not going to be just solid purple all the way up. I just kind of built it out that way, and then I'll add the accents as we go. And it's going to have some structures off to the side and stuff. But I've just kind of got started on it. And I kind of built this. This is just colored obsidian on a white frequency. I think it looks good for the base of the tower. So, and if we step inside here, if you notice, I started building this out a little bit. I haven't built the floors or anything, mainly just the entryway. And I'm using molten obsidian here to give us that fountain look, and then some holy stone down here, and then just void stone. So, and then I did the black carpets from chisel. And then there's a exit way out the back of the tower. I figure we'll add some stuff in the back. So, yeah. But that's mainly what I've been working on. And I've been kind of getting our Botania set up ready for today's episode. Because I figured that it's been a while since we've messed with Botania. And I'd like to get back into it. Oh, before I do start, though, one thing I do want to show you. I did cover this in my invention series, but if you're not familiar with it, the enhanced building guide from OpenBlocks, that's actually what I used to build pretty much all of, well, mainly the tower and then this platform, which once we get resources built up, I'll end up actually shaping the bottom of this so that it looks like, it was kind of ripped up out of the ground and everything. And by the way, all these structures will have a base and not just be floating buildings. So it's just those actually take a while and a bit bit of resources. I don't know if I'm going to do this out of stone or just dirt or how I want to do it, but you can throw down this building guide and give it a redstone signal. And I believe, yeah, this one's still set for when I did the tower. But for example, you can cycle between different modes, like there's cuboid, full cuboid, dome, triangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, axes, which are just you know, the axes that it's on, planes, which are gonna show you the planes. And if I was to increase the height of this, for example, it would show us those planes as well. You got sphere, and then cylinder is back where we began. And you can adjust the size of this by using these like plus and minus on the sides. So like if you do the plus here, it's going to increase the height. This one's going to increase the depth, and then of course you can subtract it back. And this is going to increase the direction this way. This one will go this way. And then if you want to do the other two, you can just use the other side to do those. So also, once you have this, what you can do is just hold right click on it. If you notice, it starts building the structure for you, so you don't actually have to manually place all the blocks. It does make building, you know, if you're using any kind of those geometric shapes, it does make building that out quite a bit easier. So anyway, and then this is just in stone that's been chiseled. I thought it looked pretty good as an entryway, and I figure you know, that'll connect over to the Thaumcraft Tower, and then we'll also have like some witchery stuff, or some witchery stuff on this side, and then some Botania on this side, and then we'll probably add additional structures off to the side of this for those. Because I tend to, like with Botania, I like to build some kind of almost like elven ruins type look, and then witchery will probably just be a witch hut and really naturey. So I don't want to clutter up these sides in front of the Thaumcraft Tower too much. I do want them to kind of spread over into this, but I do want them to be kind of separate as well. So, but yeah, it's still very much a work in progress, but just bear with me. I'm doing my best to get it done. So, let's see. But I figure, honestly, we'll probably work on this the whole series, you know, little by little, because it is a big build and a big undertaking and everything. So, so Botania, if you recall, we jumped into it before to get the seeds, but that's really as far as we went. We covered like mana production, pure daisy, and pretty much just the basics. So today, the first thing that I want to get into is making the runic altar. So this thing is just some living rock and then a mana pearl or mana diamond. I did forget to grab an ender pearl, so let me run over here and grab that. And if you notice, that thing's been running. We've got another barrel full of ender pearls, and we've got an absolute just ton of junk, but still no presses. Which, by the way, I know I had a comment on the last video about the presses, that you can do that stuff with the quartz cutting knife. If you recall, we did that for the Steve's Factory setup for the Tinker stuff, and I'm aware of that. It's just, I prefer to have the presses so that we can cover AE2 stuff, because I absolutely love the inscriber from that mod, and automating it is so nice. And so that's what I'd really like to do. But if it comes down to it, you know, we'll check out an RF tools dimension maybe next episode, I'm thinking. But if it does come down to just using the cutting knife, that's fine, we'll do that. But I would like to do the presses preferably. So, and let me actually grab that. I want to keep this running because we'll need a lot of mana built up. So we can just throw our ender pearl down in there and get our mana pearl, and take it off hover mode. And we'll set up this runic altar. And there we go. And also, while we're here, let's go ahead and make ourselves another mana spreader. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to set our mana spreader up right here, and then we'll just stick our runic altar I'm thinking right here. Because something else that we're going to set up, I kind of want it to be somewhat spread out. No, actually, we're going to set it right here. That would be better. That's not permanent placement, but for now it'll work. So basically what the runic altar is going to do is it's going to let us make runes from Botania. So, you know, there's all these different runes here, and we're going to use them to make additional fauna and stuff. What? Huh. We've gotten that before, haven't we? I don't know. Unless I got that one from the loot bag chests. Because if you recall, our other one was actually in the golden bag of holding, the old golden bag of holding that got chucked into the void. So I had to make a new Wand of the Forest and a new Lexica Botania, and that was about it, I guess. Oh, I had to make a new Petal Apothecary too, because all of that stuff was in the bag when it went over the edge. But anyway, so we're actually going to make our first functional flora today. And let's see here. Right here, the jaded amaranthas is the one that we're going to want. And it's going to require just some petals and then a rune of spring. Which, if we shift click, you'll see that we just need some saplings and wheat, but we also need rune of water and rune of fire. So to make these, we're going to need a nether brick, gunpowder, nether wart, mana powder, and mana steel for the rune of fire. So let's run over here, and actually let me grab a stack of iron, and then we'll just need some nether wart. Just one is fine. And sorry that the FPS drops. Like when we go zooming across through there, it like has issues loading it, like, you know, quickly. So, and let me grab just some gunpowder here. I'm sure we've got some. Yeah. All right, and let's see. That was it for the rune of fire, right? Yeah. And then the rune of water, just bone meal, sugar canes, fishing rod. So we should have some string right here. And bone meal I've already got over there. We'll just have to grab a sugar cane. That's fine. And let's go ahead and cook this netherrack up to get a nether brick. I might end up automating that at some point, like making nether bricks and stuff. What's this in here? No clue. No clue at all. Alright. And oh yeah, sugar cane. Alright, so now that we have all of that, do we have, no, we don't have any mana powder made. And let's go ahead and make quite a bit of mana steel. Now really I think I've got some mana steel in the loot chests over there, but it kind of slipped my mind. So we'll go ahead and get the fire one made. So we'll just throw our nether brick, our gunpowder, our mana steel, mana powder, and nether wart on there. And if you notice, it's going to start you know, doing work, and you're going to see right now there's an X there, and it's pointing to the rune, and we can see the progress on the rune as it's being made. So while that's running, let's go ahead and make our fishing pole. Nope, one stick too short. So just make a few here. Alright, and that's got that. And now once this gets finished, running, if you'll notice it's almost done right now. Once it gets finished, you're going to have to throw a piece of living rock onto it. Whoops. There we go. And then just shift right click, and that's going to make your rune. And you're going to get 2 of those per craft. So, you know, they'll actually go a decent way. And then we're going to throw the stuff for our water one on there. What was the last? Oh, bone meal. So we're going to throw all that on there. And then while that's running, we'll get started on started looking at the jaded amaranthas and some of the other things that we're going to have to make. I've got wheat. You know what I don't have is saplings. Let me go steal a couple from this system. And 3. Which I actually, if you notice, I unplugged a lot of the piping that took the saplings and sent them back. So right now it just fills up this, and then I have to manually take them out. But I'm hoping between this episode and next, I'm going to get our first like actual tree farm set up. So that's my goal anyway. Alright, so that's still got a minute. But now the jaded amaranthus, what it's going to do is, as long as it's getting mana, it's going to produce the mystical flowers for us. And it's going to do it at a pretty good rate, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up another mana spreader here. And oops. Grab our mana pool. And let's go ahead and we'll just set this one up. I think that should be fine. Yeah, it's not too far. So we'll set our mana pool up right there. And let's go ahead and throw our... Oh, I don't have any living rock on me. There we go. Then for our last one, if you recall, we're going to need 3 of the saplings, the wheat, and then 2 of each rune. So let's throw these on there. Get that going. Now this one, since it's an advanced rune, it will probably take a little bit longer, but that's okay. It'll take a little bit more mana, a little bit more time, but that's fine. You grab a couple more blocks of coal. I do suggest using the blocks over just the standard coal because they do burn for a lot longer, so you don't have to watch it as much. Now we will be automating that before too long once we get like a more permanent Botania setup going. So we'll also need to get ourselves a green, a lime, a purple, and then a redstone root. So that's not too big of an issue. But I don't have any redstone on me. I'll go grab that. Just a second. So we'll need a, what was it, green? Oh, it's purple, lime, and green. Okay. So we'll grab a lime, green, and a purple. Go ahead and turn these into petals. Now, honestly, I do suggest, you know, when you're getting into your functional flora, the first one you should go for, personally, I think, about every time, is that jaded amaranthus. And you will see why in just a second. Right. I'll tell you what, do we... Oh, my Horn of the Wild was in the bag, I guess, when it went over the edge as well. Alright, but our Rune of Spring is done, so we'll go ahead and throw our living rock on top of it. And if you notice, you get all your runes back when you make stuff like that. So these runes are going to last for quite a while, chances are. Alright, so we've got everything now, so let's go ahead and throw it all into the Petal Apothecary. And Rune of Spring. And then for Redstone Root, if you just take, you know, grass and redstone, put them together, that's going to get you that redstone root. So, Throw our seed in there, and that gets us our jaded amaranthus. So as long as you have a mana pool next to this, it's going to, you know, just generate those flowers pretty quickly. So let's set it up. Just right here is fine. And now manually breaking all those flowers is kind of a pain, so we're going to go ahead and automate that as well. So let's see, we're going to want a Horn of the Wild. And we just need the pasture seeds, that's fine. There we go. We'll get this made again. And now what we want to make, let me go grab some leather really quickly. And we're going to make one other item that we're going to need for this. I need to finish clearing this place out. Actually. Alright, so let's see, do I have pulsating iron? Oh, I've got Enderium there. I've just been using Enderium from the drums to make everything, so forgot I had some still made up. We'll need a, there it is, diamond. And get our pulsating crystal. Now you can actually do this with a hopper hawk too. I wonder if we want to go just full Botania with it today. Let me see. What all does the hopper hawk take actually? Rune of air. Yeah, let's actually just go ahead and make a hopper hawk. We'll do that instead of doing it with a tech-based mod. We'll do it with a you know, with a Botania flower. It'd just make more sense. So for the rune of air, we're gonna need just some carpet, a feather, and some string. Okay, string is not an issue. Carpet's not really an issue either. Feather. I don't have any chickens. I really need to get chickens set up. I should have some somewhere. I know I used a bunch of them for Holy Stone. Well, not a bunch of them, but a couple of them. Alright. So we'll get our runes of air being made, which we'll need these here before too long anyway, so it's really not out of our way to make these. Alright. And, okay, but let's go ahead and make our Drum of the Wild. So you can make this with just a horn and leather and then just some living wood down the sides. Now what this does the exact same thing as Horn of the Wild, but, you know, I can't actually use it. The way it works is when it receives a redstone signal, that's when it's going to break stuff. So we're going to set it up, I think we'll just set it right here. That'll be fun. And let's go ahead and make ourselves a pulse spreader. Now the way the pulse spreader works, what am I doing? We'll just make a mana spreader and then put redstone on it, and that makes our pulse mana spreader. So the way this thing works is anytime that it receives a redstone pulse, it's going to send a redstone pulse mana blast. And it's not going to use a ton of mana up or anything. I think we're just going to set it right here for now. And we'll bind it to that. And let's see. Alright. And the last thing that we're going to need for this, let's see, we'll need a chest actually. Let's go ahead and get our hopper hawk done. Gray, 2 grays, 2 light grays, and a redstone root. Not too difficult at all. And this, and this. Alright. So we'll throw all this in there. Then our seed. And that's got us the hopper hawk. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and get a chest here really quick. And we also want to make a timer. So we'll just make the red logic timer pretty basic to craft it. Well, we'll wait till we get back over there to craft that because we've got all the materials over there for it. Let me grab 6 pieces of glass. I think that was 7, but that's okay. And we'll need just a bit of gold, a couple diamonds, and there we go. We'll just make a diamond chest really quickly. If you notice, I absolutely love the diamond chests. There we go. And let's fly on back over here now. So we'll set up our timer really quick. Oops. Oh my gosh, I'm putting stuff everywhere. Alright. And there's that. So we'll set up the timer. I don't think we can... No, I can't set it there. We'll just set it right here. I don't mind. But yeah, if you notice, it's starting to break all those flowers. I probably should have set that up last, actually. But let's go ahead and adjust the timer. We're going to change it to... once every 200 seconds is fine. That's perfectly fine. And then we'll set our chest... let's see. We'll actually just set our chest up. I don't want it to be... Actually, I think right here it should be far enough away from that. The only thing is here. No. Let's set it up. Get this stuff out of here. I want the diamond chest back. I don't want all these flowers. Okay. We'll set the diamond chest up actually right here. And then we'll put our hopper hawk down just right here. And if you notice, it just grabbed up all those flowers that were on the ground and put them right into that chest. So now, you know, once every 200 seconds, it's going to emit that burst and break all the plants here, and then hopper hawk's just going to grab them. Now we could supply the hopper hawk with mana and increase its range and all that, but it's plenty. The range is plenty high, or it has plenty of range. That's what I'm trying to say. To grab all the flowers. And one nice thing about the hopper hawk over the vacuum chest is that the vacuum chest is going to have to pull the stuff in, whereas the hopper hawk, it just disappears and it's in the chest. So, you know, it won't get stuck on stuff, because that's one issue that I've always had with the vacuum chest is I feel like you have to put a couple of them down to keep them from sticking on things. And with the hopper hawk, that's not the case. So, this way we'll never, you know, getting more of these mystical petals and stuff, it's never really going to be an issue from here on out. So, yeah, they'll come in quite handy. And we can also, if we want to, we can actually use the same setup for bone milling plants as well, but we might set up that later on. We'll see. But anyway, now that we've got that set up, let's go ahead and look at setting up our oh, what's it called? The terrestrial plate or something like that? No, yeah. Yeah, terrestrial agglomeration plate. Basically, you know, we can make mana steel right now, but terrasteel is the upgraded version, and it's going to allow us to make some of the really, really good equipment and stuff from the mod. So we're going to want to make this terrestrial agglomeration plate, which is just lapis blocks, a block of mana steel, and then one of each of these runes, which we've already made fire, air, water, so we just have to make the earth and mana. And mana's pretty easy, it's just kind of mana expensive as far as mana goes. So we'll just need stone, a block of coal, and a mushroom. And I should have, I think, a mushroom somewhere around here. Do I have one in this chest? No. Okay. Maybe in one of these. Yeah. There we go. So pretty easy. And then we'll just grab those two. Throw all this down. There we go. That. And that. It'll start running. And let's see. Let me go ahead and get some more mana going. And while that's going, let's run over here and get some lapis, because we will need those lapis blocks. So we'll just grab like a stack of lapis, that's fine. Or 2 stacks even. I don't really want 2 stacks. Okay. And if you look in here, we are going to need to make a multi-block. It's just 4 pieces of lapis and I believe it's 5 pieces of living rock. I think you need yeah, should be 5 pieces of living rock. So let's see, is this done? Yeah. Okay. And there we go. So that's got our runes of earth. And now we just need the mana rune, which, if we take a look at that, it's just 5 mana steel and then a mana pearl. So, get that. Now, this rune of mana does only make 1 at a time, though, so be aware of that. Alright. So we'll get our lapis blocks, and go ahead and start making our multi-block. And I think, where do I want to put this? Actually, we're just going to set it up right here for right now. Whoops. Oh, this won't even harvest this. Okay, let me upgrade this pick really quick. Really quickly. I think we'll just do it out of Enderium. That's fine. I haven't even made a pick mold. Oh my gosh. Aluminum brass. Okay. Let me make let me make a pick mold really quickly. Well, I'll tell you what, just to save time, let's just throw together a diamond pick. I need to upgrade these Tinker's tools. I haven't, that's the first time I've actually ran into really anything I couldn't pick back up. And I've just been kind of lazy, you know, as far as that goes, because Tinker's Constructs, I feel like every other series, you know, or every other pack that I play, I have to go really deep into Tinker's Constructs. Or I just do naturally. And with Skyblocks, I don't feel like it's that important. I mean, we're not really out mining, and we're not really doing a whole lot of fighting. I know before long we'll probably be taking on the Wither, but by that point I want to have some better weapons and stuff set up. So let me actually move these over a little bit more. I don't really like them right there, so we'll do it here. Alright, so this is done. That's got our last rune. And we're going to need some more mana steel for this. So let's go ahead and get a bit of that. Make our block. And we're just going to shift click this in because I don't want to try to remember where all the runes go. Alright, and then we'll finish placing this multi-block just like that. Now, the best way to actually give this mana, though, is going to be with a spark. So we'll go ahead and take a look at making those. Just blaze powder, gold nugget, and then a couple petals of the same color. So I think... oh, I need food. Okay, I think for our... honestly, for our gold nugget, we can use the Thaumcraft coins, so I think that's what we're going to do. Just going to get a couple of those. And, what was I, what am I forgetting? Oh, blaze powder, that's right. So, we'll grab just 4 pieces of that. And what the spark's going to do is it's going to, we're going to place one on top of a mana pool, and then one over that, and it'll transfer the mana that way. So, let's see. Oh, I don't want that. I want this. There we go. So we'll put this, and I don't remember the range on these, how far they can go. I think maybe that's close enough. I could be wrong, but we'll find out in just a second. So, oops. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, it says they're connecting right now, so that's fine. Yeah. So if you just right-click those. Now, if you shift right-click, it's going to break them because I don't believe... yeah, so you can't break them with like a pick or anything. You're going to have to use the wand. But so those two are connected. Now what we can do to get our... I forgot to grab diamonds. And go grab some of that. Now making terrasteel is fairly mana intensive, so just be aware of that when you go to make any. It does take about a half of a mana pool to make it. But it's going to lead us into some of the other like really nice things that we're going to be able to make from Botania. So it's definitely something that we want to get going. Let me actually use this mana pool. And we'll get just a couple mana pearls, a couple mana diamonds, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. It's going to be iffy on that, actually. But we'll keep that running. And let me go ahead and just turn that one off for right now, because it's kind of a waste for it to be sending mana to that right this second. Okay, it's probably not going to be enough, but we'll take a look here. So if we throw, if we throw our mana diamonds, mana steel, and I'm picking up everything in the process. Mana pearl, mana diamond. And now if you notice it's starting to, we're starting to get some visual effects. Well, we were there for a second. I hate trying to do this. Let's see. I was going to say, well, we could probably put a vacuum chest underneath the structure. Okay. Okay. You gonna work? Work, work, work. Tell you what, let's just hover above it. There we go. Now if you notice, it's starting to pull in mana from the spark over there. And we're starting to get this really cool visual effect. And it's swiftly draining out mana from our pool. And like I said, we may not have enough. Yeah, it's kind of stuck right there. Okay, well, let me cut camera for just a minute, and I'm going to try to get this finished up. Maybe. So I'll be back in just... Actually, I just realized that we do have these black lotuses over in this like loot section. And do we have any more of them? No. Alright, so let's jump on back over there. Now, I don't think you lose any progress. I don't remember there being any progress lost whenever it empties out like that. But what we can do with these black lotuses is we can just throw them in a mana pool, and once that mana pool has some mana, there we go, it'll actually change those into mana for our pool. Of course, it sucked away the mana about as quick as it made it. But they are basically just free mana. It's not a lot, but early on, you know, if you want to help jumpstart your system for Botania, that's definitely the way to do it. Now, if you notice, this is just about done. When those green, when the lights turn green and then they hit the terrestrial agglomeration plate, that's when you create the terrasteel. So it should be just about done. I'll tell you what we could do to make it actually a bit faster for right now is let's go ahead and oops. There we go. Had it in function mode. We can go ahead and send back some of this mana from the pool, and that should speed it up a little bit. I should think so. But actually, while that's running, we could go ahead and, is it Sojourn? Yeah. Let's go ahead and make our Sojourner Sash, which is just leather, Rune of Earth, Rune of Air, and Mana Steel. And this thing is really, really nice to get. Let me get some leather really, really quickly. Wow. Oh. Okay. Let's see. 3 leather. I need one more. Come on. Now they're going to do that thing where they don't drop any leather. Yep. Great. Okay. There we go. So we'll get this thrown together. I think we've got all the runes for it, right? Air and Earth. No, we don't have an air. Shoot. Okay, let me make another air rune really quick. Well, that could actually be tricky with that running. So, alright, give me a second. I'll be right back whenever the terrasteel finishes, and then we'll get this Sojourner Sash. Okay, welcome back. It just finished our piece of terrasteel. It wasn't too much longer after I cut camera that it finished up. So, for now, we're going to go ahead and just put this into there. If you notice, there's quite a bit that we'll be able to make with it, but most of which is going to be a bit expensive over what we can do right now. However, some of these greater rings are really, really, really nice, which we'll get into those possibly the next episode that we cover Botania, because we kind of rushed to or towards the terrasteel faster than what I would normally do, but it doesn't really hurt us to do that. I was thinking, Oh, that's right. I had that terrasteel cow, but it, I think, was in the bag that fell into the void. So, cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and get our Rune of Air made. So if you recall, it's just, what's going on? Okay, sorry about that. Did it just eat my feather? I guess. Oh, no, there it is. It's back now. Okay. I don't know what was going on there. But we'll go ahead and throw this stuff onto there. It's starting to act up now. I don't know why. And then what was it? String, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry about the FPS dropping. I may cut camera right there. No, now it's fine. It's just like, hey, we don't want you to have any FPS when you're trying to make something. That's the thing. That's the tricky thing. So we've got everything else for this correct. Rune of Earth. He doesn't like inventories, I think, or something. Okay. So this should be... I'll cut camera for right now, and I'll be back once this rune's done, and we'll finish up the episode there. Okay, welcome back. Just finishing up that rune. Now, we should just be able to shift-click all of this in there and get our Sojourner Sash. Now, what we can do, we can throw this in our baubles section. It's actually the first bauble that we've made. There's a lot of other really good baubles. We've just kind of bypassed them, I guess. I wonder... Yeah. See, normally if we're moving, we'll just move like at this speed, throw on the Sojourner Sash. Oh, it's probably because I have hover mode on. Well, doesn't really seem to be kicking in. Yeah, it's not. Let's see. Do we have to have a mana source in our inventory? I think that's maybe the case. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that's the issue, is I don't have any mana in my mana pool. Or like in my personal mana. So what we'll do is we'll really quickly... Usually I have a mana source with me at the time. So let's make a... Yeah, we'll just really quickly make a band of aura. And what this does is this will actually generate mana just from you moving around and doing things. Okay. So we'll get that going. And that was it. Wait, I'm losing my mind, I think. Oh, it's a mana pearl. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry about that. Okay, so while that's being made, we'll also just really quickly make ourselves a band of mana. And what this does is this will allow us to store mana on our person just in the form of the ring. So we'll just need to make a mana tablet. Not really too much of an issue. We've got a mana diamond on us. And let's go ahead and make a bit more of this. And I don't know if we want to leave it in the mana tablet form. We might actually just leave it in the tablet form, because I think next episode we'll make our ring of magnetization. So there's just so many good rings to make in this mod. That's one of the best things about this mod, is all the different jewelry and stuff. Let's see, do I actually have the stuff on me for an iron and the gold? Yeah. Okay. We'll actually make this really quick. The ring of magnetization. Sorry this episode's running long. I know it is right now. But we're getting quite a bit into Botania. So the ring of magnetization, if we throw this on, and there's... let me go ahead and get this really quickly, and then I'll cover what all these pieces do. And let me get... I need 4 more mana steel. Oh. Are we out of mana? We are out of mana. Crap. Okay. Well, basically the ring of magnetization... Actually, let me cut camera for just a second. I'm going to let this build up with mana. I'm going to get us 4 more... Oh, wait. You know what? Never mind. Scratch that. Sorry. We should have a decent amount of mana steel in one of these chests. Well, we have 1 in this chest. Woo. But, believe... Maybe not. Is that really all we've got is 1 mana steel? Okay, welcome back. So we got that set up, so let's really quickly just put together our ring. Wait a second. Ring of... Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry about that. So that gets us the Band of Aura. Now what this does is when we're wearing this, it will actually passively generate just a slight amount of mana. Now I do believe that we can combine this with terrasteel actually and get our greater Band of Aura. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Because I actually like having this ring quite a bit. But just as we move around and, you know, jump, do stuff, it's going to slowly build up mana in either a band of mana or a mana tablet in our inventory. So this way we'll be able to use all of the accessories that we have equipped. Like if you notice we're running faster right now, that's the Sojourner Sash now taking effect. And if you notice, if we just run into like a 1 block high, you know, like an incline, we'll just move up it without having to jump. And we can also jump a bit higher, and you know, the movement speed increase and stuff. Now, I believe, no, maybe it doesn't stack with the jetpack. I was thinking it did, but that's fine. I really don't want it to. And yeah, and then the ring of magnetization will, if we have like an item on the ground or something, if you notice, this is going to pull it in from really far. And you can actually increase it by putting terrasteel with that ring as well, and it'll increase the distance that it will pull things in from. So yeah, so we've actually got some decent jewelry now. Band of Aura, magnetization, and Sojourner Sash, and then we also got our terrasteel set up, our jaded amaranthas automated. And yeah, I do apologize again about the length of this episode. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but you know, now that we're getting back into Botania, I just wanted to hit quite a few different points and everything. So I do want to end off the episode with a chance cube, because we've been getting these, and I think it'd be kind of fun to just wrap up the episode with one of these each episode. So now I do believe you can actually craft these, but yeah, we've also been getting them from the bag. So let's just go ahead and break one of these. Well, only 0 useful things around here. Let me give you a helping hand. Huh. I have no clue what that one did. Oh. Now there's like torches just floating here. Maybe I shouldn't pop them on slabs. I don't know. What's this? Is that oreberry bushes? Down here? Huh. Okay. Whatever. We'll go with it. And I think those are graves. I probably should go get those at some point. But anyway, sorry that chance cube didn't really seem to do a whole lot. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with it being on slabs. Maybe I should start popping it up here or something. But anyway, we'll end the episode out there. If you enjoyed it, please, as always, comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's very, very much appreciated. Between this episode and next, I'll continue building up and everything. The next time we do Botania, we'll build our portal to Alfheim. And we'll also look at automating the coal supply for these endoflames, because that's something that we really need to get into, I'm thinking, for next episode. So, I hope you guys join me for that. I do think the next episode that we do, though, will be possibly RF tools. We might build a dimension and go visit that or something, unless you guys have a particular thing that you would really like to see. If so, let me know in the comments. If you really want to see me jump into Thaumcraft or go back to Botania or start doing witchery, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to take that into consideration. But yeah, so until next episode, do take care, and I will see you then.